I'm thinking on the right way to come at this. I'm thinking on the right way to really try and visualize and conceptualize. So the dude that won you the title, where you had no business winning that title, after you got an amazing result in one of the hardest places to play in, you get sacked. Now, let me be real with you, because I don't know. Say the same things that everyone else out in the streets is saying, because album's coming from a new angle. If they were going to sack Ranieri, just if they were going to sack him, because people can say he deserved a grace period, blah, 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 blah. If they were going to sack him, you sack him during Christmas. Because back then, when I was, I think during Christmas, I was saying this months ago that Leicester City are going there. That I see this happen. This is a train wreck. Ranieri just doesn't have the same effect on the team that he once had. Players that played well last season aren't playing well this season. Kante was a huge, massive loss. I think if you want to sack him, you sack him now. This was months ago. When you get over halfway through the season and you're in, February is about to finish. We're about to enter March. What are you going to change? There's no point. There's no point. So for Leicester City, the timing of this doesn't make sense, because now this is what scares me. Are you trying to bring in a new manager in time to perhaps try and see whether you can beat Sevilla at home, because you feel that a different manager would put in a better chance to beat Sevilla? I mean, because let's be real here. Leicester not beating Sevilla. Okay? Let's just be real here. And that new category boss, I think, what's it called? Is it called Shakespeare or something? Look, he can shake some spears down the flipping road, because you're not beating Sevilla. Okay, Sevilla are an official football team. Okay, they're an official football team. Okay, who are a high standard. Leicester City are not anywhere near the standard of Sevilla. That's just me being real. But furthermore, Leicester City are a relegation team. That's what they are. Which is why what they did last season was so amazing. And one of the greatest football stories of all time. That's what Leicester City did. It's unheard of. If you look at in all of the leagues, what Leicester City did last season of a team of who they were, even more so in the modern game that we're living in with so much money being spent and how unbalanced the club game is, what they did last season was miraculous. It was a living miracle. Because what Leicester City are going through right now, that's what Leicester are. Leicester are a relegation place team, because when you look at this, sorry, Drinkwater is not a great player. He played great last season, he ain't a great player. Yeah, Mahrez played well last season, but yeah, Mahrez is Mahrez. Vardy ain't that greatest striker. I'm sorry. He did amazing last season, but overall, he's not an amazing striker. Morgan and Huth, these are roadmen defenders who did very well last season, but this season they're showing why they are roadmen defenders. You know? So, the thing that, okay, you have to say, okay, let's look in the mindset of the owners. And when you look at the mindset of the owners is you have to be realistic. Because I think the mistake these owners are making was that last season, Leicester City, we won the title. Therefore, you know, what? We're defending Premier League champions. We're in the Champions League. Wait. Hold up. Relax. Because I think that's the mistake that these guys made. What you did was an aberration. An anomaly. No, you're not included within defending champions. No, you're not on the level of the Man City, Man United, and Chelsea because you won the title. No, you're not. You're not. You never will be. This is what you are. You struggle for relegation, which is what made last season so amazing. Which is what made Ranieri's achievement so amazing. So, if you don't sack him in Christmas, which obviously if they had sacked him in Christmas, guys would have been going crazy and everything like that. But I would have understood it to an extent, because yes, Ranieri deserved a great spirit and everything, but I would have understood if he got sacked around the same time the Swansea and the Hull and the Crystal Palace dudes got sacked, because look at what's happening with Hull and Swansea. They're doing so much better because that was the time you bring in new managers. Because the longer you go on a losing run, the harder it is for a new manager to come. That's why they always say that if you've been doing badly from the beginning, around that Christmassy time is when you play. Latest January, after the Christmas break. You don't do it end of February. Because let's say I'm going through this whole losing run and losing mentality for so long, even if you bring a new manager, it's going to be even harder for them to now get back into a winning mentality and believe it. Because this is psychological. Sports is psychological. So to get them back into that winning psychology, it's going to be even harder. But guys, this is the club game that we live in. This is why I say, the club game, it's rotten. The influx of money, the unfairness in competition, how cutthroat it is, the little time that managers have. It's the cards we've been dealt. It's the cards we've been dealt in this club game. So you say to yourself that, where did Leicester go from here? For me, this may seem harsh and may seem wrong, but Leicester City, they deserve to get relegated. Not because of the players or whatever they do. And if it is true that those players revolted, I mean, my gosh, those guys have to suffer. If it is true that those players forced out Ranieri, those pricks, those buffoons must suffer. But let's just say that they did it. Just based off the owners or whoever pulled the plug, based off what they did, they deserve to be relegated because they deserve to be punished for a foolish decision. Because first of all, you question the decision based on what this guy did to you. The timing of it is awful. Horrendous timing. Horrendous timing. You couldn't give him a second leg at home. You couldn't give him that. Wow. That's why I have this, because I think I've said that. Are you doing this because you want to bring in a manager who can come in time for you to have a Champions League run? Okay, let's say you beat Sevilla, just for a laugh. This great new manager helped you beat Sevilla. You're going to beat Bayern, Paris Saint-Germain, Real Madrid, Atletico, Dortmund, Juventus. Get real. Get real. So sad, unfortunate, shocking, braggadocious, if that's a word. It is. But it is what it is. But at the end of the day, whatever happens will never take away what Ranieri did to Leicester City. I will repeat, that is one of the greatest football achievements of all time. And I would say top 3. Because you think about, Greece winning the Euros, which was crazy. But there's an argument to be made that what Ranieri did last season with these guys who are looking like they will get relegated. What he did with these guys last season, there's a very strong argument that it is the greatest football achievement of all time. So, because when you just put in all of the parameters and all of the different conditions that he had to deal with of the modern game, there's a strong argument that what Ranieri did was the number one footballing success of all time. Think in life, be real, and recognize what and who you are.